On today's hot sheet, I am discussing the NAHB Homebuilder Survey, housing starts for March, and the weekly unemployment report. Today is Thursday, April 17th, 2025. I'm Jeremy Knight, and the hot sheet starts now. Trisha from Montana already in the chat. Good morning from me to you. Spencer Fanning, good morning from Arkansas, or is it Arkansas? Ray Allen, weigh in the chat section there. Sunny Long Island, Eric, good to see you. Michael, good to see you from Rochester, New York. Okay, welcome to the hot sheet, the industry's only live daily show. News show on the internet, brought to you exclusively by BAM. The hot sheet covers what you need to know about the real estate industry in a 24-hour time frame. For access to the charts and slides we'll be reviewing today and every day, sign up for BAM School. Now, my promo code is in the description below. And Byron promised me, because he's a big puppy guy, he said that if I get more signups than anybody else, then he will get me my next puppy. And you all know that I'm ready for a new puppy. And by the way, one thing I always do when I run into Byron in the streets is I show him pictures of my dog. I appreciate if you did the same and tell him Jeremy sent you. This is where you get access to all of the hot sheet daily downloads, courses, biweekly masterminds in the BAMX community. Use the link in the description for the sign up. We got Heather Witt here in Georgetown. Hey girl, how are you doing? Oh my gosh. Pretty much my family right there. Jeff Withers from Arkansas. Please, no more Arkansas jokes. Arkansas? Oh my God, I'm getting as bad as Byron on here. Are you going to talk Jerome? Byron would. I think I may talk Jerome. Should I talk in a Jerome voice though? Okay, the National Association of Home Builders, NAHB, reports the Home Builder Confidence Index. I can't do it. Home Builder Confidence rose just one single point to 40 in April. I think we've got a chart for this if you want to pull that up, Bobby. Good morning from Greater Sacramento. Oh, man. Fun fact, I used to live in Central California near Fresno and Visalia, if anybody didn't know that. So what up, Central Valley? Okay, so it rose just 1 point to 40 in April, though 60% of builders cited material price hikes from tariffs averaging 6.3% to $10,900 per home. Regional sentiment, 3-month moving averages fell across all markets, including 7-point drop in the Northeast. We got some Northeasters in here, so just curious how that is going in your market. I've actually been tracking the builder confidence. What's really interesting about the builder confidence, obviously as agents, we all know that this is just basically a survey that goes out to builders and they tell us how they're feeling, right? Are they getting the warm and fuzzies? I'm curious if you've got builders in your market like Jeff does in Denton, Texas, are you seeing builders frustrated, concerned? Are they moving? Are they offering major incentives? Are you talking to your buyer clients about all the major incentives you can get with new builders? I know we are with my team on my Instagram here and on YouTube. So builder confidence and sentiment. Overall builder confidence for newly built single family homes was just 40, up 1 in April. Index benchmark, any number over 50 indicates home builders view conditions as good rather than poor, which is interesting is that, again, at the beginning of the year, it was at 50. Current sales conditions index rose 2 points in April to 45. Traffic perspective buyers index increased 1 to 25, and sales expectations for the next 6 months fell 4 points to 43. I'm curious what your experiences are. I know our buyer agent on our team in the last 2 weeks has put 3 buyers in a contract on new construction. I want to say 3. Brandy, if you're in the chats, correct me if I'm wrong. But we've been working with new construction here a lot. I know you may not have new construction in your market. If you don't, let me know in the comment sections. Jeff says, I feel like they are still moving steadily in Denton, Texas. Good to see you, Jeff. Pricing, incentives, and tariffs. impact, 29% of builders cut home prices in April, unchanged from March. So yeah, 29% of their costs or their overall pricing has dropped. So I'm seeing that too. We're seeing a lot of price drops. In fact, the Austin numbers just came out this week, and the areas around Austin are pulling down the overall number because that's where the construction is. And this is what I'm telling my clients, right? So if you're moving further out, those prices are slightly decreasing. You're getting prices under last year's prices. Is that a bonus to you, especially if you can get 4.9% interest rate, 3.9% interest rate? Phoebe, what up from Marin County? Confidence is high due to strong sellers market. Starting prices around 500,000 for new homes is what Michael says. I love the chats. I live and die by the chat. I will read your comment if you throw it up there. So average price reduction is about 5%. In Austin, it was around 9%. So I don't know if that compares. I know I'm in the Austin market, so I like to talk to Austin. Same as the previous month. Use of sales incentives rose 61% in April from 59% in March. So yes, more incentives. Are you sharing the incentives with your clients? I know there's different agents who don't want to share the incentives. They want to keep them secret so that people come to them, and some just give all of the information. I find sometimes when you do that, these buyers think they can go straight to the builder and negotiate without you. So 60% of builders report supplies have increased to announce increases in material prices due to tariffs. Average material price about $6,310,900. Economic policy concerns builders cite tariff-driven price volatility, labor shortages, and lack of buildable lots as major concerns. Policy uncertainty is making it harder for builders to accurately price homes. This is what I find a little interesting, because does the impact on home builders slow them down enough that home prices in markets like Austin or maybe Dallas, where we have more inventory now, do people start going back towards resale because they're not getting the same incentives anymore, or they just stop buying completely? Don says in Kaufman County, east down to Cedar Creek, fast growing plethora of new builders, deals. List price is not sale price at all. Let's see who else we got. Pat saying, I like new construction for buyers as there's less competition than other multiple offers in Milwaukee. And Phoebe, oh yeah, we got you, Phoebe. We got you, girl. To live and die in the Bay or the chat. You do, you, Jay Bougie. Jay Boogie? Bougie. I don't know if I'm bougie. All right. Trisha, we do not have any national home builders here, pretty much just custom home builds. I'm curious, Trisha, do you have any specific deals that you do with those builders? Do you do any way to promote them? I know on Instagram and TikTok, I'm starting to get builders and people reach out to me to promote their product and actually paying me to promote their product. So I'm curious if other agents are seeing that. Not bougie. I appreciate you. And Alicia's from Roseville. Okay. So home builder sentiment fell 7 points to 47, dropped 1 from 41. I mean, do people really care much more about the rest of these? Economic policy, let's go there. Policy uncertainty is having a negative impact on home builders, making it difficult for them to accurately price homes and make critical business decisions. I would imagine it's hard for all of us in the industry. I mean, it's funny that we have home builders crying about not being able to price because of tariffs. As real estate agents, I find right now is the hardest time to price product because we don't know what's going to happen either. Are you finding it challenging to price properties? Because I can tell you in Austin, we're down like what, 1% year over year. So if you're pricing above last year's number, is that too high or is that what's going to sell? Right? You tell me in the comment section, are you finding it challenging to price product as well? In some of those markets that don't have as much inventory, I'm sure you could just price it whatever still and get multiple offers. Jeff says, that's awesome. Builders pay me to stay away. Yeah, at some point, I think builders pay me to stay away too. So, all right, U.S. Census Bureau, I think we got a stat for this or a chart for this. Building permits rose 1.6 to 1.482 million in March 2025, while housing starts dropped 11.4% to 1,324,000. Completions totaled 1.5 million, up 3.9%. So we did see more completions last month. So again, more inventory hitting the market in the springtime when inventory usually does pile up. In fact, I think it was me on Monday that was talking about that we did have more inventory hitting the market. So it's no wonder that builders are also adding more inventory to that as well. Building permits, March 2025, seasonally adjusted was almost 1.5. February 2025 was a little bit lower, 1.459 million. And March 2024 was 1.485. So March 2025 to 2024, we actually saw about 3,000 less than the year before, but from February to March, about a 1.6% increase. Single family authorizations was about 978,000. February revised to 998. So February had more single family authorizations. So we got the chats going. Spencer says, same here, Jeff. No, I don't, but I should. Many of them post themselves. I think it's a good idea. I mean, a lot of people reach out to me about YouTube channel ideas. I think this is where we get a lot of reach outs from builders. I literally had a builder who's starting a brand new neighborhood just offer me, it was like $1,500 to come shoot a video for them. So I'll take an extra $1,500 and be the first one in the door. Wouldn't you? So that's the power of doing YouTube, just like BAM teaches you why you got to go use the school app. Use my my promo code in there and get into school. I love what BAM does. That's why I'm a contributor on here and help them whenever I can, fill in for Byron when he's saving puppies or in the Uganda or whatever. But housing starts. March 2025, 1.3. February was 1.5. So definitely a reduction month over month. And from 2024 to now, we're about 25,000 more. So a little bit more inventory. Are you seeing more inventory in your market? I'm curious because the Austin market, I said this last year because we have, typically what happens August, September, October, we have a buildup of inventory and then everybody starts pulling off their inventory right before the holidays. And then they wait that 90-day list to clear in the MLS and put it up in February and March of this year. So no wonder Austin is seeing more inventory than any time before. I'm curious if you're running into that as well. As we said on Monday, more inventory. All right, let's go to the unemployment. I think we beat the builders to death here, or the U.S. Census. I mean, I guess we could answer one more U.S. Census. So total privately owned March was 1.5 million. I think you get it. Sometimes this gets a little boring on here reading just stats to you. So that's why I like to play with you in the chat section. Inventory rising in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Is that Alvin? Alvin, shoot me a photo of Smyrna, Florida. If I said that wrong, I love it. New Smyrna, because I might want to move to Florida. I've already come out and visit Byron in Naples and checked out Naples. Funny story. I saw, who's that? Was this Jeff Daly, Brian Daly, whatever, that big guy with the white beard. I saw him driving a Bugatti, smoking a cigarette in his car in Naples. It was the most wild thing I've ever seen. John Daly, thank you. The U.S. Department of Labor, DOL, reports that seasonally adjusted initial jobless claims fell by 9,000 to 215,000 for the week ending April 12th, while 4-week average declined to 220,000. Unadjusted continued claims dropped by 34,560 to 1.9 million, with the insured unemployment rate holding steady at 1.3%. So this is interesting because, as Jerome Powell would say that, when we have a fully staffed economy, that means that the economy is running faster, inflation goes up. So does this mean that we'll start to see some weakening and inflation numbers start to drop? But does this take more buyers and potentially sellers out of the market? Alvin said he's got me covered. Great beach town. Okay, shoot me a DM on Instagram at @TheRealJeremy9. I want to see it. Initial claims. Initial claims of the week ending April 12th, 2015 decreased of 9,000 from the previous week's revised level. I think I pretty much hit this all in the opener. Insured unemployment for the week of ending April 5th was at 1.885, increased 41,000 from the previous week. So we're seeing more people unemployed. Now, is this because, I don't know if you saw, it was like 20,000 IRS agents elected to take the payoff and leave? So is that where we're seeing some of these numbers? Are we seeing some of these numbers because people leaving government jobs? Obviously, we've talked about on here that a majority during the Biden administration were hiring to government positions. So that's where we saw a lot of the job increases go to, or the, why we saw potentially the unemployment rate drop. So curious if that's where it's at. Are you seeing it in the private sector? Well, initial claims unadjusted to almost 220,000 increased by 3,176 or 1.5% from the previous week. Seasonally, expectations was an increase to 12,303 from 5 or a 5.7% increase. And then we saw comparable to 2024 at 209 initial claims. So about 10,000 more claims than the year before. Unadjusted insured unemployment levels was at 1.95 million. That's a decrease of 34,500 or 1.7 from the prior week. Seasonally adjusted has decreased 77,000. So where are the unemployment rates hitting the most? Well, New Jersey, so states with the highest insured unemployment rates are New Jersey at 2.6%, Rhode Island at 2.5%, California, my old state, 2.3%, Massachusetts, 2.2%, Minnesota, 2.2%, Washington, 2.2%, Illinois. I don't know. I got hit so hard on a TikTok video for saying Illinois the other day. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Illinois, 2%, District of Columbia, 1.9%, New York, 1.8%, and Oregon, 1.8%. States with the largest changes in an initial claims week ending. So if you're in one of these states, well, it means it's statewide. So it may not impact you locally in your market, but it probably could. States with largest changes in initial claims increases 5,410, California, 2,665, Tennessee. Where's all my Tennessee friends at? I just saw there's going to be an event coming up in Tennessee, in Nashville pretty soon. I want to go check that out. If you love Nashville, like I love Nashville, I've been there once or twice. I thought it was the greatest place to go. I'm a honky tonker as well, though. I live in Texas, so we honky tonk here. Oregon, 1,331. Virginia, 1,139. And Florida, 1,105. Did I say that right? Did I pronounce that right? Florida. Decreases. Kentucky, 2,900. Iowa, 1,254. New York. Do you like that I'm singing to you, or should I just stop? You tell me in the comment section. New York, 1,085 decreases. Kansas, 145. It's a pretty big drastic drop. 1,085 to just 145. Arkansas, 134. Who's my Arkansas friend in here? I forgot. Reading too many darn comments. My Arkansas people. There he is, Spencer from Arkansas. Good to see you, buddy. Eric Riley, New York in the house, Minnesota in the house, Tiffany, California, Alicia Lima. Good to see you. All right, let's look at the 10-year Treasury, Bobby, and see where we are at. Dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air, dead air. There we go. All right. Oh, this is exactly what we don't want to see, but not drastic. So we're at 4.296, little increase. So we may see rates adjust a little bit. And then where are we at for the 30-year fixed rate from Mortgage Daily News? And who uses Mortgage Daily News? I do. I literally just shot a video yesterday for my Instagram. Oh, no, for YouTube, actually. Yeah, 6.86%. That's down. I think Monday we were right around 7% when we did the show on Monday. So down a little bit. Yeah, 7.07%. So thank you for showing that, Bobby. Are rates impacting your clients still? You look much better than your voice. Steve, comment of the day. Steve, Byron is going to send you a puppy for that comment because that is the best comment of the day. All right, everybody, we will see you back on Monday, not tomorrow, because we don't shoot on, say Thursday. Today's Thursday. Yeah, we don't shoot on Fridays at BAM. And I believe Byron will be back on Monday. So please ask him his favorite dog breed in the comment section when you see him on Monday. Thanks, Bobby.